Stephen, thanks so much for your time as always.
Thanks.
Stephen, top line looking kind of okay, but I'm wondering what investors were spooked about, because I'm looking at your share price. In the financial sectors, you guys are the only ones posting significant losses, down 2%. What was the issue?
I don't know. I think we're similar to the first half of the year. We've had good growth in our earnings drivers. We're still dealing with issues in our UK bank, but I think we're making great progress on that. So we've taken extra impairments on our legacy portfolio. Maybe that's what they don't like. We've still got expenses growing a bit faster than revenue because we've got a lot of initiatives in this particular period. But, that will all be behind us soon once those initiatives are up and running. There are always going to be new initiatives in life. But
now, I know you can't divulge too much of details, but are you able to tell us at least some of the new things that you're working on?
No, I think we launched what we call a robo-advisor in the UK called Click and Invest. It's got very high ratings, ranked as one of the best platforms. It costs us money. It will take a number of years before it gets to break even. But you have to stay in the new age. You and I were talking earlier about how some technology is taking some types of jobs away. And people are tech savvy, particularly our target client base, and you have to give them that option. But our clients still want interface with people, and so we have to do both. And these things cost money, but at a point in time you'll get a shift. And we have to prepare for these things. We've had lots of regulatory initiatives in Europe. We've had a thing called MiFID II, which is a big undertaking across all three of our core businesses that cost money. We've got a thing called BDPR in the UK, which is the privacy rules. You have to prepare for that to be ready for that stuff around about May. That costs money. We're moving to new premises in the UK. That will cost us money. It cost us money this year, and it'll cost us a little bit of money next year because we've got double rent. Because you have to pay rent in two places while you're fixing the new premises for the future, and you still.
How long are you going to be doing that for?
No, I think we move in September.
All right. Okay.
So our lease expires around about then.
All right.
So then it switches over.
So you're moving to a separate location in the UK. Other global companies are moving out of the UK because of the Brexit scare. We just heard from Unilever yesterday. I mean, what's your take?
No, but okay, Brexit affects different people in different ways.
But I hear that the banks specifically are, expected to be affected the most, particularly those headed in the UK.
The global banks that use the UK as passporting into Europe. So even that we will be affected, but because we have an Irish branch, we will not allow to have an Irish branch once Brexit comes in. We have to have a separately capitalised subsidiary. So and then does it make sense to have a separately capitalised subsidiary because it's costly, much more costly to have a subsidiary than a branch. So you've got to make all those kind of calls. But for our type of organisation, Brexit affects us less because there are elements of a business that are very domestic in the UK. We have the international element where we do have access to European markets. We will have a MiFID. We have a MiFID license in Ireland. We do have a fund management license in Luxembourg for the asset management business. We also have a fund management business in Switzerland and the Channel Islands. So we are able to carry on with most of our business activity, notwithstanding Brexit. The issue with us and Brexit is what does it do to the mood on the ground? So UK economic growth is about 1.7%, global growth at 3.9%. If global growth is at 3.9%, UK would have historically been at about 2.7%, so the growth is a bit less than one would have expected. So that impacts consumer confidence and corporate confidence, not materially because it's not like the financial crisis, because we're still active. But it's just at the margin.
Okay. And you do still say that it's too early to tell regarding this new dawn that we are seeing in South Africa. But I take it you're still generally positive. And the question I want to ask you is, have you spoken to any of the delegation there that have been traveling London and
I
New York?
saw Minister Nene now earlier on, because earlier on we had a session with the President and a whole host of ministers at Business Leadership South Africa and CEOs talking about the Youth Employment Service, which we will launch formally on the 27th of March. And this was an engagement with the President, giving him feedback because it was originally his idea. And we had a very positive meeting, and my understanding that the roadshow has been very positive. I mean, there are question marks around still state-owned enterprises and how they're going to be managed and how they're going to fund themselves, and there are question marks over the land issue. And the President gave us, you know, a lot of comfort on the land issue, saying it's a process, not an event. It's an issue that has to be addressed. You can't just ignore it because it's lying there. And we need to address it, and they'll address it in a rational, way that doesn't affect food security and property rights. These are processes we have to go through.
So you're feeling a bit confident that it's not going to be an outright land grab and chaos
Yeah,
like
well, you
some
said that-
officials there in Australia are alleging?
Yeah, well, that guy just shooting from the hip. So, you get these people who see things one way and just go to the one extreme. I think that's, if you ask Minister Nene, people will ask him about that issue, about how's this land thing going to work. So we have to be very sensitive that we're not affecting property rights and global investor confidence, because the President again said that he's very keen to have international investment into our country, because these are job creating. If you get investment, platforms for Africa, manufacturing, all sorts of things, it does create a lot of jobs. We had the Swiss ambassador at this forum, and she said, you give us the right environment, how much more investment can come in from that part of the world. So there's a lot to do as a country, and we need, we've said for years, you need a business-friendly, business-enabling environment that generates inclusive growth.
For sure. Stephen, quick one. You are leaving Investec, but I see you going to Bidcorp there. What are you planning on doing there?
No, I'm not leaving Investec. I'm stepping down as the CEO.
Sure.
So I've explained to people I'm going from the front of the bus to the back of the bus. I'll still be chairman of a number of Investec subsidiaries, and I'll be on the main board of Investec, and I still have a role to play, but not the frontline driving seat. Bidcorp, I'm a non-executive. I will become on the 1st of April a non-executive chairman.